guys! Welcome back to Cup of Teach. In common monomial factor, we need to determine first the greatest common factor. So this video will help you to determine the greatest common factor or the GCF. Factoring is the process of getting the polynomial factors of a given number or expression. Greatest common factor is the largest number that a set number or a polynomials have in common. For example, find the greatest common factor of the following, or the GCF. Express each as a product of prime factors. Number 1, 4, 6, 10. Let us write the prime factors of 4. 2 times 2. How about 6? 2 times 3. How about 10? 2 times 5. Therefore, look at the common factor. And the common factor is 2. So this is now the greatest common factor of 4, 6, and 10. Always remember, the greatest common factor is the highest number that can be divided to 4, 6, and 10. Next, let's go to number 2. 9, 15, 21. What do you think is the greatest common factor or the highest number that can be divided to 9, 15, and 21? 3. Let us check. Factors of 9, 3 times 3. Factors of 15, 3 times 5. Prime factors of 21, 3 times 7. Common factor is 3. Therefore, that is the greatest common factor of 9, 15, and 21. Number 3, x, x cubed, x squared. What do you think is the greatest common factor of these literal factors? X. So let us write the factors. X is x. X cubed, that is x times x times x. Always remember, exponent tells how many times you're going to multiply the base. Next, x squared. So we have here exponent 2. So therefore, we're going to multiply x twice. So 2 times 2. And then look at the common factor. And the common factor is x. Therefore, the greatest common factor of x, x cubed, x squared is x. You have noticed that among the literal factors, the greatest common factor has the least exponent. Look at this. Exponent of this is automatically 1. This is 3. This is 2. And the least exponent is 1. Therefore, this is the greatest common factor. Number 4, 4x cubed, 8x squared, 12x raised to the 4th power. Let us determine the greatest common factor of this expression one by one. First, we're going to start from the coefficients. 4, 8, and 12. So what is the greatest common factor of 4, 8, and 12? 4. How about x cubed, x squared, and x to the 4th? Always remember, the greatest common factor of the literal factors is the least exponent. So what is the least exponent of x? 2. Therefore, that is the greatest common factor of the literal factors, x squared. Let us check. 4x squared, prime factors. 2 times 2, that is 4. X squared, x times x. Next, 2 times 2 times 2, that is 8. X cubed, x times x times x. Next, 2 times 2 times 3, that is 12. X squared, 2 times 2. What are the common factors? 2 and x. So, we will have now 2 times 2, x times x. So, 2 times 2 is 4. X times x, that is x squared. That is why the greatest common factor is 4x squared. Let's have here number 5. 14x squared, y squared. 18x, y squared. 4x cubed, y cubed. We're going to determine the greatest common factor one by one. Let us start from the coefficients. 14, 18, and 4. So what do you think is the greatest common factor? Or the highest number that can be divided to 14, 18, and 4? 2. How about x? Since x is common to each term, therefore, we can get the greatest common factor. Always remember, to get the greatest common factor of the literal factors is the least exponent. So, what is the least exponent of x? 1. So, that is the least exponent of x. Therefore, the greatest common factor of it is x. How about y? Y is also common in each term. So, just look at the least exponent of y. And what is the least exponent of y? 2. Therefore, the greatest common factor is y squared. This is now the final greatest common factor of these terms. 2xy squared. Let us check. 14x squared, y squared. That is 2 times 7, x times x, y times y. Next, 2 times 3 is 18. X and then y times y. 2 times 2, 4. X times x times x is x cubed. Y times y times y is y cubed. So, what are the common factors? 2. Another x and y. So, the greatest common factors, 2 times x times y times y. So, if you're going to simplify that, the greatest common factor is 2, just copy x, y times y is y squared. That is why the greatest common factor of this term is 2xy squared. Let us try this. Find the greatest common factor of the following, or the GCF. Number 1, 15, 10, 25. What is the greatest common factor? 5. It means that 5 is the highest number that can be divided to 15, 10, and 25. Number 2, 4, 16, and 20. What is the GCF? 4. 4 is the highest number that can be divided to 4, 16, and 20. Number 3. What is the greatest common factor? For A, the greatest common factor is A cube because 3 here is the least exponent of A and A is common. Then for B, B squared because 2 here is the least exponent of B and B is common. Number 4, 12A cubed, 24A raised to the 5th power. What is the greatest common factor? For 12 and 24, the greatest common factor is 12. How about for A? Is it common? Yes, A is common. Therefore, what is the greatest common factor? A cube. Because 3 here is the least exponent of A. Number 5. Greatest common factor? A squared. Because A here is common. How about for B? B. Because the exponent of B here is 1 and this is the least exponent of B. How about for C? C raised to the 4th power. Number 6. Greatest common factor? For X, X cubed. How about for Y? Y cubed. And then look at Z. Is it common to each terms? No. Therefore, no need to get the greatest common factor of it. Therefore, the final answer or the greatest common factor of these terms is X cubed, Y cubed. Number 7. Greatest common factor? For 2 and 4, the greatest common factor is 2. How about X? Since X here is common, X is squared because 2 is the least exponent of X. How about Y? Is it common? Yes. So what is the greatest common factor? Y cubed because 3 here is the least exponent of Y. How about Z? Z raised to the 4th power. So this is now the final answer. 2x squared, y cubed, z raised to the 4th power. Number 8. Greatest common factor? There is no greatest common factor for 3, negative 6, and positive 2. So let's go to x. What is the greatest common factor? X. Because the exponent of x here is 1 and this is the least exponent of x. How about y? Is it common? Y is not common to each term. Therefore, no need to get the greatest common factor. So, for these terms, the greatest common factor is only x. Number 9. Greatest common factor? For 3, negative 3, positive 3, and positive 6, the greatest common factor is 3. How about A? Is it common to each term? Yes. So, what is the greatest common factor? A. Because The exponent of A here is 1, and this is the least exponent of A. How about B? Is it common to each term? No. Therefore, no need to get the greatest common factor of it. For these terms, the greatest common factor is 3A.
Thank you for watching. That's it for this video. If you learned something here, don't forget to like and subscribe to Cup of Teach. See you on the next lesson. Bye!